program and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Coach Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. And today, folks, we're going to have an amazing show. We have a very, 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 very special guest who is brought back by special request by most of you guys. But before we do that, I want to let you guys know this is a beautiful day in the entrepreneurial streets.
the whole entrepreneurial streets, no less.
I'm going to talk to my co-host first. So, co-host, how you doing?
I am well, and yourself? I saw you last night. We had a great time.
Yes.
You popped in. I think you popped in everywhere you were supposed to be yesterday.
I popped in at Lisa's Christmas party and then the Galactic party.
Yeah, the Galactic party. So here I have to tell you this. I was at a holiday party, the BBA on Thursday. And this is for the world because I want to do a shout out to her personally. So 10 years ago, the Business Zone, 10 years ago in July, the Business Zone aired and launched its first show. And we did that with the aid and the assistance of this amazing a woman who's an engineer in the podcasting, the radio space. And her name is her name is Felicia Morris, and she's with Morris Media Studios, which is where the Business Zone was housed in the very beginning.
That's where it was born.
That was where it was born, and she was incredible because I just had an idea. I had a passion. I felt media is very, very important to be able to tell your own narrative. I also like to talk. And most people, when I get in classes and stuff, they try to shut me down. So I was like, I'll have my own show and nobody can shut me down because it's mine. And so I can talk as long as I want. So that was kind of what was that's all the skill set I had for doing a podcast. And then Gilbert is great. He's got the voice and on top of that, he actually after I asked him would he be my co-host, he said yes, and then I learned that his degree is in communication. So it all and that's kind of us. But Felicia, the poetess, and that's her rapper name, she actually has moved in and moved up to another studio, and it's beautiful and it's bigger. And so I was there on Thursday and I was so thrilled and I'm so proud of her. And then the studio actually is the studio where her father is an engineer, famous, and Johnny Morris. And this is where her father ended his career. He went through 50, 60 years doing that for a number of radio stations in Los Angeles and networks in Los Angeles. And so I was asking, I said, how does it feel to be in the studio where your dad was? And she said, when I was putting up the screens, the curtains behind the backdrop, she goes, I smelled his cologne, and it just brought me back to me visiting him in the studio. So it was a very surreal moment for her. But I am so proud of her. She has done a phenomenal job moving herself. And now, not only does she have the location, the studio we were in, she now has little cozy areas with couches where you can interview whole lots of people, and then the 2-on-2 couches, and it's so I'm looking forward to help to her becoming growing her business even more in that space.
In addition to that, co-host,
Mm.
this intro that all of you heard earlier, this song that was written and produced and sung by yours truly, Gilbert.
Yes,
So
it was.
that song was recorded in that studio as well.
Yeah.
So I just want to let folks know that the poetess has been doing some great things. She's an amazing entrepreneur. We've been doing the best we can to help her out, to help her grow her business. And man, we're just very proud of her. So, poetess, if you're listening, much respect to you. We appreciate, love you. And we want to make sure that you keep on growing. And we're gonna take you by the hand and drag you with us. So wherever we go, however we grow, we're taking you with us. All right. So just want to let you know.
So she asked me, Gilbert, she said, so do you think you guys would come back in this studio? I said, Portis, I can barely get him from his bedroom to the living room, wherever the computer is, on time. No, we ain't coming back in because him driving from Alhambra to LA to be in the studio. No, we do good just getting him here live streaming.
I've gotten to the point where I hate driving in traffic to LA, man. Last night when I went to those Christmas parties, believe me, man, I was just cringing. I'm going, oh, I remember why I hate LA traffic, because it was so horrible. And then after I left the Black Christmas party and I was coming back home, I hit a big old patch of fog. So we couldn't even drive fast. We had to drive like maybe 20 miles an hour because I hated it even more. So co-host, I love you, but I don't think I'll be coming to that side of town anytime soon.
No, that's what I told her. I said, no, we won't be back in the studio. This is a better platform for us because sometimes it's a struggle just getting him here. So, but it was great seeing her. We're gonna do some stuff though because one of the things when we talk about having our own media voices, which is very, very important in this day and age, to be able to help our small business community. One of the things is being able to consolidate and under one umbrella. So she and I are going to have some conversation, see if we can aid fan base. And for those of you that don't know what fan base is, saying fan base is the equivalent of, I guess, Instagram and
Facebook
Clubhouse and TikTok and all of those. But Isaac Hayes, the third, which is Isaac Hayes' son, I think it's his son. He actually is the founder and CEO of that organization. And I think we all need to be moving over there in light of some of the stuff that's going on in the as my girlfriend's mom used to say, in the wide world web. Remember that when it was the www, the wide world web? That's what the www stands for. So back in the day, her mom used to say, "Are we gonna get on the wide world web today?" So,
and I also want to put a shout out to all of my students in the mentorship program. I sent out an invitation to them today to participate in this podcast, and I've seen a few of them on here today. Pat, much respect. Izette, much respect to you as well. Pat said, I remember the first time I met you guys at the podcast. She went to the studio, Crystal, remember? Yeah. She came to the studio there and she was there as well. So much respect to all of you guys. And just like we're going to be taking the poetess by her hand and drag her through her entrepreneurial journey to success, that's what we're going to do with you guys as well. So I just want to, Linda Sams is here too. Hey, Linda, how you doing? I saw Linda at the party last night too.
We wish Linda a happy anniversary. Her and her husband, Sam, Taco Sam, they're celebrating their 6-year anniversary. So we're going to her the last 2 nights as well.
Yes, that's amazing, Linda, that you guys have gotten to that milestone in your relationship journey. And just keep on doing it, man. Keep on doing what you do. Like I tell all of my participants in my workshops and in my mentorship program, I say, listen, man, people are going to try to discourage you. They're going to tell you all kinds of negative stuff. They're going to try to keep you down, put their foot on your throat. They're going to keep rehashing that redlining that we talk about. They draw this red line around your community and say, oh, you can't get out of here. You can't advance. But, we're rebels. If anyone knows me very well, they know that I'm from the Maroon tribe in Jamaica. And we don't give up. We do not give up. We kicked the British's butt out of Jamaica back in the 1600s. So that will let you know that we don't play. So the same spirit we're bringing to this entrepreneurial journey for all of you guys. And I really appreciate you guys joining this podcast to listen to your classmate today. How should I say it? Disseminating some amazing information about cybersecurity, which we all needed. And, I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot from her today. So, Coles, you want to tell them how to subscribe to the program and how to get involved?
I certainly will. And then at that point, we're going to jump on over to our return guest. She's going to be a staple because we're living in a world where there's all kinds of dangers out there.
Oh, yeah.
And since we spend a lot of time in the cyber world, we need to know how to navigate and keep ourselves safe there. So Miss Lisa Brown is going to come in back. And this time we got great reception. We got great sound. And so now we're going to really rock today. And so she's going to come in and be that, give us everything that we need in order to make sure that we are safe. Because the holiday season, if anybody trying to grift your money out of your bank accounts, out of your whatever, this is the time when they go into overdrive because they already know you're doing a lot of shopping. So you might not notice a few little other charges that you didn't make. You may not notice those until somewhere in January or February, especially if you're not doing your bookkeeping. You may not notice it until next year. And so she's going to help us protect ourselves, our identities, and
these entrepreneurial streets.
the entrepreneurial streets. So she's going to cover a couple of things. But one I asked her to do for me was get you guys to stop using those third-party, unprotected, unsecured, unencrypted pay portals. That's the first thing I want her to talk about. So, but in the meantime, we want you guys to go over to our YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button and or hit scan the QR code and it'll take you there. Subscribe to our channel so you get advance notice of whenever we're on the air, which is every Friday at 3:00. And we've been doing that for now 10 years. And so we want you to be part of our family. We share so much here, so much great information that's not ready. And it's directed at our small business community. So we want to make sure you are here and we're here. And we do have a number of people that show up every time we come on air, and we do appreciate them.
10 years? 10 years?
10 years. We're going into our 10th year.
We have been in this relationship for 10 years. Most marriages don't last 10 years.
Yeah, it probably works because we live in two separate houses.
That's the key right there. You gotta live in two separate houses, guys, or you live in two separate rooms.
Right.
That'll make it work.
But yes, we've been together for longer than a lot of marriages. This is very true, Gilbert. So, and I have to say, my co-host is very appreciative of me. He probably does more patting of my back than I do, and he tells everyone, of my skills and refers, and I do the same thing to him as well.
He's phenomenal, guys. He's phenomenal. She doesn't like to take credit, so I have to be out there doing the credit for her. Yeah, but she's phenomenal, man. Just so you guys know, before we bring on our very special guest, Crystal is one of the certified QuickBooks trainers in this region. Nobody else has the esteem, the level of knowledge, and the credibility that she has in terms of QuickBooks. But she doesn't really say it. But I gotta say it for her. You see what I'm saying? She is phenomenal, guys. She's run a lot of QuickBooks books programs for different companies, small businesses alike, and she is well esteemed in the QuickBooks community and with QuickBooks itself. So I just want to let you guys know that, okay? Because she won't tell you, but I will.
Not Linda, Pat says, and so are you. And of course, they're in your classes right now, so they definitely know that. So yeah, we just
Yeah,
bring you. We love what we do, and we
yeah,
bring it to you free of charge. Especially
yeah.
here on this channel, we're free of charge. We ain't free of charge off this channel.
Okay,
So
well, can I make a quick plug before we bring in our special guest?
sure you
So
can.
in my mentorship program, guys, I don't really tell you guys a lot of what's coming because I want you guys to be shocked and surprised by the information you're getting because they don't have any other mentorship programs like this, not that I know of anywhere around here. And a few people start giving me a different name, co-host. Instead of
What's
the
your name
small
now?
business paramedic, they're calling me the king of business readiness, contract readiness, and loan readiness. So that's my
Look
new
at
title.
you.
So
You done got
I,
a new title. You coming
I
up,
got a
man.
new so I'm accepting it with great appreciation. So this coming Tuesday, guys, the 16th, December 16th at 5:30 p.m., I am bringing in a banker to the class. The first 35 minutes of our class, we're going to have a banker, and she's going to talk to you about how you can obtain lines of credit. And I told her that you guys need anywhere up to 50K, 50 grand. So she's willing to talk about that and share that information and bring you guys in and try to help you guys. So just want to let you know that while people were partying last night at Christmas party, I was out there with the bankers networking and trying to get them opportunities for you. Izette gave me my crown. Thank you, Izette. The king of business readiness and contract readiness and loan readiness. So I'll hand it back over to you, co-host.
All righty. So we are getting ready to bring in our very esteemed guest. She came on I want to say in October she was on. She was incredible then. We were having some technical difficulties there. So backed by popular demand, whether it was you guys or us, probably us, she's coming back to share some more things. And we're probably going to have her on more often because I think the more we're on, and since our whole world is wrapped around being online, probably 99% of the time, whether we're on our phones or we're on our computers. So having her, as long as she wants to come and share with us, we definitely will have her here because I think it's so important that people can protect their private information. And every day we hear people being held hostage, corporations being held hostage by individuals and demanding
Criminal.
incredible ransoms, and so and that can happen to a small business. So she's going to talk to you about all that as well. So with that, I'm going to bring on Miss Lisa Brown.
Miss Lisa
Hello, Miss
Brown.
Lisa. I'm gonna put Miss Lisa in the hot seat over here. We're gonna move you over here and move me over here. There we go.
Miss
Good
Lisa was on fire
afternoon.
the last time, man. She was on fire.
Yes, yes. Hello, Lisa. So let me tell you, for those of you that didn't get, don't know who she is and didn't hear her bio before, she is the founder and CEO of Platinum Technology Group, and she a boutique technology firm dedicated to protecting networks and empowering organizations through innovation or innovative, cost-effective solutions. With over 35 years in sales and 15 years as a trusted technology advisor in the state and local government sectors, enterprise and small business, Lisa has built a reputation for driving growth, building strong client relationships, and delivering measurable results. And she's going to tell you all the other stuff that she does, but that's just a short intro. And we're going to leave it up to her to wow us again with all of her. Everyone has magical skills, and these are her magical skills. So, welcome, Lisa. Glad to have you.
Thank you, guys. Good afternoon. And it's Friday. Happy Friday as well. Thank you for having me again. I really appreciate it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Very
Yeah.
awesome. We're so happy to have you. You know, the other day, before even Gilbert called me to say that you wanted to be on the show, I had, and it kept me up all night, actually. I couldn't sleep that night. But Forbes had put out an article that our SMS, our cell phones, where we do all of our texting and all that sort of stuff, whether you're on an iPhone or an Android, was no longer safe, and that we needed to switch over to WhatsApp or Signal to be safe. And I went, oh my God, because that's how we communicate, right? I don't do, my world is financial, so I absolutely use WhatsApp for that for my international clients. But I got on the phone in the morning. I couldn't wait till people woke up so I could tell them, okay, I started groups. We're now operating on WhatsApp. So
Yes.
she's going to talk about that. And if you guys have anything that you're concerned about, your security and safety, you can drop the information in the chat on whichever platform you're on, whether that's YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook, and we will bring it to her attention. So with that, Miss Lisa, you can take it away.
Well, thank you again. And I'm super excited to be here. So I really wanted to, in the mad dash to Christmas week, 2 weeks away, for sure, that I wanted to make sure small businesses were aware of some of the things they need to be aware of for cyber crimes during the holiday season, because these criminals, they're really vigilant and they are counting on us to be busy, to be overworked, to be just moving too fast, and to make mistakes. And it only takes one. So there's a saying, they don't have to get lucky all the time. It just takes one time for them to get lucky. And we don't want it to be anybody in our network or families and things of that nature, or our businesses for that matter. So, in addition to talking about texting, different ways that we have to change up communicating, yes, WhatsApp is more secure. However, I want to say one thing about WhatsApp. For people who have intentions of using these devices to think people can't see them or we can't get access to your information, I want to just say everything digitally has a footprint. So, with that being said, even when you do stuff on WhatsApp, it makes it harder for the criminals to get in. However, when we think about people who, and I won't say want to commit crimes, so people who are doing things, or, let's say dating apps, when people want to get on WhatsApp and they want to use that, they think, to commit a crime or do something nefarious, because it won't be tracked or won't be seen, everything leaves. When I say everything leaves a digital footprint, everything leaves a digital footprint. So with that
Okay.
being said, it is safer, but definitely keep in mind that too, because yeah, I mean it's there. We have all of these ways that we are now communicating, but in addition to that, I also want to touch on online bill pay during this holiday season, because a lot of people now, I can't tell you when I paid a bill the last time via the mail. I mean, sending it in. Everybody's doing stuff electronically. Also, third party shopping and payments. That's critical. A lot of us do that. Then shopping through social media. I cannot tell you how many times. And look, I see things too. We have this nice outfit, nice pair of shoes, nice handbag, all of that. Text messaging scams are still on the rise, in number one. And then here is something I would be remiss to say or forget, is deep fakes. So with AI, deep fakes and AI powered fraud is extremely on an increase in the rise. So those are the kind of the areas I want to talk about to make sure small business owners are aware of, but you can also take this into your everyday personal life. So I want to touch on, Crystal, you mentioned one. We talk about shopping, social media, third-party apps and that. So I have a story to tell. I was with someone in Beverly Hills at a very well-established diamond place, handbag place. So her husband thought he was doing her a favor, bought her, found Neiman's Outlet handbag sale with Louis Vuitton. So, first of all, and I've seen this on Facebook, there is no Neiman Marcus outlet with handbags where they're selling. It's not a thing. So, it is literally a Neiman Marcus. Their outlet closed years ago. I'm from the East Coast. I remember in the DMV area, they had one. There is no Neiman Marcus outlet. They're not having a handbag, get rid of everything, liquidation sales with Louis Vuitton. First of all, Louis Vuitton bags do not go on sale. Let me just preference that. I've been buying them since I was 18. They do not, out of Saks, Neiman's, they do not go on sale. However, there are sites that sell them the real fashion file where you know you're getting authentic bags. This gentleman decided to surprise his wife off of this Facebook app buying her a Gucci bag to look really real, and they have some great knockoffs out there. Well, come to find out, it was not real. And of course it's not, because this isn't a real place. But this is why I want to tell you something about why. Two things about if you see something on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram that you like, go out of the app, go Google it separately to see, look at the reviews, look at some of the security features that would be on a website to let you know that it's real. But also, one of the things that gets people when you're buying off these sites that aren't legit, it's coming from overseas and it's coming from out of the country. So time is always on the best side of criminals. So when you are shipping something from overseas, how long does that take, Crystal? And Gilbert, you may know, but I know Crystal knows. She's a woman.
Anywhere from, well, it may start out at 15 to 20 days. But it actually could go much longer than that. Yep. And so you're right. By the time you catch up with it.
So guess what happens? That right there. So by the time you receive it and realize, oh my God, this is not real, it's past a certain period. Now, some credit card companies, your banks, Chase is good, Wells Fargo is good. But if there's a certain amount of time goes past for you to report something, because it's coming from overseas, you're going to miss that window for it to be covered under fraud. So, and that's exactly what happened with this guy. And this woman is in the diamond industry and handbags. She's certain. So I'm just saying that's one of the things to definitely keep in mind, that when you're on these sites, I highly recommend, I will tell everybody on this call, do not purchase anything on those sites. Seriously, go out with that. So, in addition,
not you, Lisa. That, it was actually Gilbert. I need him to check his.
Okay.
Site. Yeah. And you know, Lisa, you're absolutely right, because that's what I do. I just I'm not comfortable. So if I see something, and you right now everybody's advertising on Facebook, right?
Yep.
So and they'll take you to that site, but that's their link. So I don't know their link. So then I just take the company and I search it. But first I take it to see if it's actually being sold on Amazon or in Etsy or in Shopify. And then I go there, and I might have to pay a little bit more for it. But I'm not gonna. I know that I'm not going to be scammed. And if you are not one of those individuals, and I happen to be one of those individuals, I check my bank account 2-3 times a day.
Yep. And you don't have to be rich to do that.
Exactly. And I found some discrepancies, and I happen to be at a bank that is suspicious of everything. So when they see something that is not normal, part of my spending pattern, then I get a text that says, "Hey, was this you?" And then I'll say yes it was, or no it wasn't. And if I say no it wasn't, my card gets shut down right then and there.
And you made a good point with that. So this is what the bad guys do. They will do a very small minute purchase. I'm talking about 5 cents, 25 cents, under $1, because you're not paying it any mind. And then they'll go in and do a larger purchase. So that's why it's important for everybody this time of year to keep track of looking at your bank accounts, just looking at different activity and making sure you're good. But also when you're on these sites, make sure you it's an independent, like the reviews. So if you want to shop on, see something you like, go outside of it, Google, go to the site itself, pull it up, see if it's real. And by looking at that, you can see customer service reviews. I mean, like real independent reviews is one. Look for a customer service contact number. Look at what state, go down and drill down about the business. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, if I'm just saying, just to be cover yourself, if you go in Google now with the help of AI, seriously, Google has changed with AI. When you go to Google, you get AI first before the Google reviews. But with that being said, if I Google, let's say, a certain type of handbag or whatever piece of jewelry, it'll show me various other stores or places where I can purchase something similar. So make sure it's in the United States, but then also make sure it's with a legitimate company and protect yourself from that. So, and then also too, please don't save your payment forms and these automatic payment slots too. So if someone breaches, gets a hold of your phone, gets into that, or the account is breached, now they have your payment information.
And you're so correct. Exactly. You just have to be real, guys. Just always think. I always think now that the criminal is right there, right? Because you never know. I was on my way to Cairo about 3 years ago, and I left from New York, and I'm on a plane for 14 hours to get to Doha. So I was not in DC. But when I got to Cairo, I got a message from my bank saying, "Are you?" And I always leave when I'm leaving the country, even when I'm traveling statewide. I go to the bank and let them know I'm going to be somewhere, and I'm going to be making transactions with the hotel or the this or that. So anything funny goes on, they know. Okay, she didn't put that on her list. So when I went to Egypt, I told them exactly where I was going to be and where they might see transactions. So while I'm on the plane, unbeknownst to me, and I don't even know how this happened because I didn't even use my card inside of I didn't even use it in the airport. I used cash in the airport. When I get there, there's all these transactions that are taking place in DC. I was not in DC. And so I called my bank and I said, "Hey, you know where I am. I'm right now in Cairo." And they were like, "Okay, yeah, we see these transactions. We're gonna shut your card down, so that this won't happen while you're out of the country. But you're out of the country. We're gonna shut it down. Get to an ATM, pull out some cash, and we'll open it up while you're standing there at the ATM, and then we'll shut it right back down. When you get back home, then we will put in a claim and we'll get your money back to it." But because I was having that open communication, it was like when I got back home, 10 days later, I went in. 2 days later, the money was back in my account. But that doesn't happen to everybody.
Right, it doesn't. And on that note, you made up a good point about traveling. So on everybody's phone, if you have online banking, which most people use, whether it's Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, when you travel, there is a way to do an alert and slide toggle to let your bank know you'll be out of a country. You can tell them what state, you can tell them the time frame. So they also will be aware. I mean, a lot of people don't go into the banks anymore, but by having our phones, there's a lot of features that make it, accessible for us and easy to let our banks know. So that way, if they see something, like you said, if I'm supposed to be in France or I'm supposed to be on the East Coast of New York and something's going on here in New York or California, something's wrong here. If the banks know, they know the time frame, and then they can release it. So that's really important as well for everyone out there to keep their money safe.
And how does that happen anyway if you're not if how does that happen?
What? How do they get a hold of your information?
Yeah.
So, okay. So here's a couple of ways. So all of our information is on the dark web. Like everybody. Like newsflash, there is not an if, it's when. But
Okay.
everybody's information is on the dark web. So what happens is a lot of these guys all over the country, some in Lagos, some in India, some in Europe, some right here in the United States. And there was a study recently here in California, but the FBI, a lot of the scams come from right here in the state of California. So with that being said, there's a group of people in rooms and they are constantly using algorithms to scramble and find out people's passwords. So, with that being said, going back to how you secure your information, 60% of cyber breaches happen because people use bad passwords. But in addition to that, that's how they get a hold of your bank account information from those passwords that we don't change, or we use a pet's name, or we use 123, or those ABC. But then also, when you don't use two-factor authentication, that is also a way that they are able to access your information. So no matter what you do, no matter how much money you have, for all of your accounts online, any type of business or transactions you do online, everything needs to be set up for two-factor authentication. And I say that because if I have my phone with me, and this is my phone, and somebody is trying to log in from somewhere else in the country, when they send that code, it's coming to my phone that's sitting in my hand. That person, whoever's trying to log in, will not be able to get in. And then you're also going to get an email from the institution, the organization, and they will say, did you just try to log on from so and so? And if you did not, contact us. So that is one of the reasons why two-factor authentication is like it's a must no matter what you do. I'm even talking about your utility bills. For everything you need to have that on for sure. So that's important. And then also limit to who has access to paying your bills. I know some of us, a lot of us have older parents. There may be a caretaker, or for whatever reason, if we're in business relationships, we have partnerships where somebody else may be managing the money. And I think everybody needs to always know what's going on with their own money. That's just my 2 cents. But, some people don't want to be bothered. And I'm like, okay. But with that being said, limit who has access to your accounts, and then that set up approvals, roles, that everyone's separate logins, so that way it's secure. And then monitor your transactions daily. Like we were just saying, Crystal, you don't have to have a lot of money, but just, as you wake up and have your coffee or tea, check out your balances just to make sure things are good.
Right. That's what I do. Just to check it out, and then I do have another app. Everything in mine has the 2FAs on it, or using the Google authorization. There's all kinds of authors. Sometimes takes me so long to get in my own Facebook. I don't know how a criminal can get in there, because half the time I can't even get in there.
Well, and that's where the deep fake comes in too.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of deep fake, but before we get to that, you said something a few moments ago that's really important. Our seniors. Most people, especially our seniors that live at home alone, and they pick up the phone and speak to anybody, and then somebody start asking them personal questions.
Yeah.
And they just think it's conversational, right? And then the next thing you know, and it seems, and I think I've read something in AARP that the population that probably is scanned the most often is that over 50-year-old crowd. And 50 is not even old, but it's
Oh my God, that would be us, Crystal.
The other day I had someone call me or text me, and they said, and I didn't recognize the number. So I don't answer phone calls that I don't recognize numbers. You got to go to voicemail. And when I get a chance to get to voicemail, I'll get over there and check it out and see who you are. But it said, this was a text, and it says, did you get home yet? And I don't So
I
that's
just got
probably
one
one
of
of them.
those. I just got one of those this morning.
Did
And
you?
I was like, literally, I was like, oh, this is slick. Who is like that's the first time I got one of those. I was like, oh, okay, this is a scam, but I'm not even responded. Wow.
Yeah. So I went back and like, who is this? That's my normal response. Who is this? And it has emphasis so you can even hear it in my text. And so they came back and they said, I said, I think you have the wrong number, because whoever it was, I said, I don't know you. You have the wrong number. So then they came and we're texting this, and so then they're like, well, my name is so and so. Did I ask you that? And so no, I don't need. And so I'm in so and so, and can we be friends? Why the? And I said it. I texted, why the hell would I want to be friends with you? And you didn't. This is the wrong number.
Right. And you're so random. That's like literally, that is like a complete stranger
Right.
that found your number through the scamming system because they're Rolodex. And they're like, okay, and keep on moving until they find someone that they actually will connect with, and they will give all their information. And old people, not old us old, but older seniors,
Oh,
older. I'm just saying, because a
yeah.
lot of them are lonely, and they may not, through different mental challenges they're going through. I mean, they see something they can't see sometimes well, and they will respond. And
And because they're
unfortunately,
lonely, right? They need
yeah,
somebody to speak to. And then the other thing I found, there's a movie out there called Beehive with
yes, with elite,
it,
with not Debbie Allen, Felicia Rashad,
right. So
and
if you guys
Mason.
haven't seen that, go on
Oh,
Netflix.
it's so good.
Oh my God. That was like that could be a promotional video for you, because in seconds they had wiped that woman clean.
Over $2 million in
Right.
seconds.
In
And that's why,
seconds.
so you made a good point, and Gilbert knows I tell him this all the time. This is why I tell people, don't even answer the phone if you don't know the number. Don't engage. I know it's tempting when you get those texts. Just hit, and everybody's phone has it. You can hit delete and it'll show spam, or like, is this spam, that report it, so that the carriers they have a pool, they'll see these numbers and then be able to block them. But what happens when, two things, when you answer them with your voice, they can capture your voice. And then that's how, example, they can go into your Facebook Messenger. They can mimic you to your community of friends, and now use your voice that your people know you, or maybe comfortable family members, kids, and try to then deepfake AI, use you without it being you, to get money from them. So that's one reason with the voice. Second of all, in terms of texting, again, it can elicit a little spiral, and before you know it, like this woman said, they're friendly. Oh, do you want to be my friend? No, like, I don't need no more friends at this age, but no, I'm being funny, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
no, but it can lead to other things. So I highly recommend that people, when they do get texts like this, to do not engage, text, block it, report it, and spam, but definitely over the phone, be very careful, because that is how, one of the ways that they're using AI with deep fakes to create our voices, like use our social media, take our picture, and create a whole nother image. And I've heard horror stories about literally people taking a picture of them off of a platform and doing crimes, committing crimes, and the real person has no idea what is happening, and it is a nightmare to fix.
Right, because you have to be the one to prove that you're the real person, not them. You have
Yep.
to prove that you're a real person. I ran into somebody recently that said that somebody had stolen her wallet and I don't even know why she had her passport in her purse and everything. So all her ID
Well,
was
probably
stolen.
because of ICE right now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and she had everything, and so that happened to her, and it's been a nightmare pretty much all her life.
Wow.
But so with the senior people and the deep fake people, even with the social media, when I get someone, I pretty much know the people that are on my Facebook page. That was intentional. When I first set up Facebook, mostly everybody there, I know who they are, and then I know who they're connected to, right? And so, but you do get these pictures of friends,
Well, I
right?
was going to say to you, but if your friend's page has been hacked,
Right, you're gonna get that as
so
well.
pay attention to when somebody you already know you're friends with pops up where they're requesting to be your friend again. Because
Yes.
more likely than not, that's their page has been hacked.
Exactly. And so what? And so what? And that happens all the time. You'll get all these. I got like over 160 new friends that I already know that I'm friends with, or the people are no longer alive. There's a lot of people that I know have passed on, and they don't. Nobody takes down their social media,
their Facebook.
Right? And their Facebook. And so then what I do is I look to see, because it's usually they'll copy a couple of pictures, but not everything, right? So
right, they only have a limited number, a couple, one or
right,
two,
and they may have under 10 people, friends. Well, who the heck been on social media this long that only has 10 friends?
And then pay attention to what they show they post. Like on Instagram, Instagram is a big one. So I would get a lot of people. I keep my accounts private, first of all, for one. So people just can't come in. Because when they come in, you don't know they're in there. They're sitting, watching, whatever. They can gather information. They like to DM you. But what I notice on Instagram is when the times I need to make it public to tag somebody, people can kind of come in under the radar there, and then I go back out and clean it out. But what happens is when they DM you and you see their page, them look at their post, when they last post something, and how many pictures, like real pictures. And that's the thing with Instagram. You got to look at that when we accept, and even if people who keep it public, some people do for business wise, they keep their accounts public. That's fine. But when you do that and people, connect with you and they start DMing you and it's kind of random and it's not related to business, or either they will mimic and pretend it's business, go back and do some research into their profile page. I highly recommend that.
Linda Sam said that they got her for $9,800 wire fraud.
Linda, hi Linda. Oh my God, girl. I am so sorry to hear that. We got to talk. I will call you.
9,800. That's a lot of money, man.
That is a lot of money. And they do the wire fraud for if anybody is buying a house, if anybody is doing stuff like that. When I bought my house, I told my folks, we're going to do this old school off tech. I told them, do not even send me the information to wire it. I said, I'm going to call you and you can repeat this to me 3 times back and forth. And that's how I'm going to send you the code to where. So they literally called me, told me where, how much, what account number. Then after I did that, then I called them and verified, but I verified it with them a couple of times to make sure I have it. But that's the thing. So in terms of, and we could talk about this since we're on the subject with wire fraud, especially for businesses, the deep fakes with emails, they'll go in, the invoicing, wire this amount, to pay an invoice or vice versa. And you're sitting here, a lot of people, again, we do everything electronically. PayPal is really good to use too. It's safe. And this, Crystal, with QuickBooks and just different ways. But still, with the wiring fraud, they get your information and then they can pretend to your clients that it's you and it's really not. And you're sending these criminals the money instead of actually the person that you thought you were paying.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I would say before you do any type of giving of any money, you call directly the business, the person you have been working with, and speak to them. And this is where I think, as much as I love technology, and a lot of people that know me, I won't say I hate social media, but I hate using technology in ways to communicate with people because we lose so much personal touch. Like yesterday, I was so happy to have an in-person event rather do because it's that warm touch. But with that being said, for this, make sure you reach out to the person that you're in communication with to verify before you send anything, to double check. And don't click a link that they sent you in the email. Call them and then have them send another link or something. Do not click a link in any email that someone has sent you to pay something until you have verified. And then it is nothing wrong with double checking, taking that extra step, and have them send you a separate link so you know it's exactly from them.
Now, for those of you who are tuning in, this is the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. We're on every Friday from 3 to 4:30, and today our very, very, very special guest is Miss Lisa Brown, and she's from Platinum Technology Group, and she's a cybersecurity expert, guys. And I've learned quite a bit. I think I know a lot about a lot, but she has taught me some things. So she knows quite a bit what's going on, not only in the cybersecurity space, but she knows quite a bit. Now, if you've heard about this program, this podcast, The Business Zone, but you haven't subscribed yet, I really want you guys to go to YouTube and type The Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert, and then click on the subscription button, because that will allow you to receive any materials, any information that we disseminate on this podcast. And also, it will remind you every Friday, 10 minutes before the show starts. And then at 3 o'clock, it would tie you into the program. So you don't even have to log into anything. So that's what we want to do, guys. We're growing our, like my co-host said, we're growing our tribe. So we want to make sure all of you guys are locked into the Business Zone, so that in 2026, when we're looking into contract opportunities, you guys can definitely be a part of our tribe and be a part of be one of the beneficiaries in obtaining contract opportunities and loan or lines of credit opportunities as well. So Lisa.
Yes, sir.
I'm currently renewing my trademark.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one thing that's horrible. A lot of small businesses don't know it, but I know it because I've been through this journey so many times. When you go to apply for a trademark, the trademark, the USPTO, which is a U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, they put your information in a general database, and everyone can access that information. Now they know who's applying for a patent and a trademark, and then they start targeting you. That's what they did to me.
Yes.
After the trademark office sent me an office action saying, "Hey, I need more information on your trademark and all of that stuff." Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, this company, they claim they're out of Florida, an attorney, because the trademark office, they assign you examining attorneys so that they can go over your application with you. This person calls me up and said, "I am your examining attorneys." So I want to let you guys know about this. I am your examining attorney, and I see where there's an office action issue. We just issued an office action to you. So here's what I need from you. They're telling me that they need these documents, and also I need to put $1,398 wire it to them. So we're going to send you a link.
Don't do it.
I said, do I look like an idiot to you? Because we already know that the trademark office distinctly tell people not to send money through any links that we receive. We got to go to the USPTO website and pay for anything. You see what I mean? Yep. So this little idiot is trying to get me to say something. So I had to report him to the USPTO. They said, this person's not an attorney with us, so which is great. So I just want to let the audience know that if you're trying to get a trademark or a patent and then people start storming you, the examining attorneys, they don't storm you like that. They don't send you information. They're too busy. They don't have time to reach out to you. Right. So I just want to put that out there, Lisa.
Yeah, and that's important to know. And I'm glad you brought that up, because as business owners, when your company is put out there, whether you're a new business, doing a trademark, your stuff becomes, certain things become public. So what I would want to make sure, a lot of people use GoDaddy. Make sure you pay that extra money a month to have your private information protected. Because when you become a business owner, a lot of stuff about you becomes public, but they're able to hide your personal information so it does not become published. So make sure you guys do that with GoDaddy. If you're not sure, you can check with them and double check about making sure your private information is protected.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you one, and this just recently happened to a client of mine, and they was astute enough, and they're in tech as well, but it sounded so real to them. They received a letter from Chevron, an email from Chevron, saying that they were certified and whatever, and they were being invited to present at this upcoming technology conference, and so they just need to put their information in. And then somewhere down in it, it was a lot of information, and it made it sound like it was really real. And, you know, people get excited if somebody's telling you, "Here, I got you gonna be able to get you're gonna be able to get a contract, right?" Everybody gets excited, and you think, "Okay, because I'm certified, this is how they got to me, right?" And so down in there, you had to read all the way down in. It said, "So send us $15,000." No application, no nothing. You just no nothing. Just
I'm telling you. And they on that urgency that you want. They prey on money. Yeah. Always make it urgent. Always, you got to send the money. But they prey on knowing. I mean, these people study. People. I mean, that's they spend 10 and 12 hours a day working, because again, they only have to get lucky once. Yeah. And they prey on, okay, we got a pool of people who just started a business, or a pool of people who just got certified. So let's go scan this organization to get that information out the database. So now we can start focusing on these particular groups of people to get them to pay for certain things. So gotta be
careful. Right. So he did have the fortitude to reach out to me to say that, hey, this doesn't look right. What do you think? And so, and it had the Chevron logo, but what it did do is it had two supposedly employees of Chevron. And what I do know about Chevron, because I used to date somebody that did their books, and he owned several gas stations.
Right.
So what I do know is if you're part of a major corporation like that, you're going to have a full-on LinkedIn profile.
Oh, absolutely. And I was going to say that to stop before you do anything. Go out to LinkedIn, and then I'm going to tie something else too, because there is a lot of cyber stuff going on LinkedIn crimes. It's a lot of fake accounts on LinkedIn preying on business owners to hire them to get access, and especially in the technology industry, the Chinese, and I'm gonna say it for China, trying to make sure I was being politically correct. But in terms of, and it could be other countries as well, but in terms of in the tech space with certain industries and certain companies, there's a lot of proprietary information that technology companies have that the Chinese are looking to get a hold of to then take back and mimic to be able to have. So it is a serious thing. It's happening on LinkedIn. So yes, look for LinkedIn, but also go to Chevron's website, look up employees, and you can call them and ask them too. So that happened to my son. He was looking for a job. He was excited, sent him an email. And I'm like, I'm happy for you, but send it to me. He was reading, I was asking the next steps. And then they were like, oh, we'll ship all your office stuff to you. But then it was certain things that weren't happening in the interview process properly. And I said, wait a minute, what? Send that to me. And I was like, trying not to be the mom who, a 30-year-old is like, oh, mom, you're always, no, I know what I know. And good enough. I was like, something's not right here. This does not sound right. And I told him to reach out, go on the website, call the company. And lo and behold, they were trying to scam him and they were trying to get his driver's license. So I said to him, did you send over any personal information? When you sign up for a new job, you get your paperwork set up. Mm-mm. So it's it's so, when I tell you there is so much going on. So all the business owners on this call, you're trying to hire somebody. You want to interview them, you want to put it on LinkedIn, that's all good and fine, but make sure you do your homework on the person, because people are out here looking and targeting companies to get your personal information to do harm to your business as well.
Yeah, and that's what I told him to do. I said, make sure. So when I went on, I saw that one of the individuals had, it was such, he like he set up the LinkedIn yesterday, and then I looked at, for the other one, he wasn't even on LinkedIn. So that's what I
Right.
told him. Go call Chevron. And then so I'm the investigative kind of person anyway. Then I Googled if Chevron was having a conference for for the tech industry in this time frame they gave him. Nothing, crickets.
Right.
So I said, dude, this is just not, no. Call them. Here's their phone number. And I got their number off their website. Here's that contact person that is part of the procurement team.
Yeah.
And then you reach out and see. So after they did all of their due diligence, like, oh my God, he called me Krista. Oh my God, that's it. But first of all, don't ever send anybody any money asking you for money in an email.
Well, period. I mean, literally, unless you know someone. I mean, okay, I'm gonna do a joke here. I think it's even rude for people that to send you a text or email and be like, "Can I have some?" I was like, you need to pick up the phone and call. I mean, think about it. I know people that will text you and ask for money. No, I know some people that you need to pick up the phone. So guess what? If I don't want somebody to do it for me personally in a personal situation, I darn sure want to make sure anybody over email or a text that you know who they are and you speak to them and you really are able to confirm that who this person is actually who they say they are.
Right.
Can you also speak to the fact about gift cards and all of that? Can you speak to that one?
Yes, sir. So great segue. Like, Gilbert, how did you know I wanted to talk about something called, have you guys heard smishing?
Yes.
Smishing.
Yeah.
Smishing is a term. It's kind of the same old thing, same old, characters, where they'll text you about, oh, here's the thing. You'll see a message, your package couldn't be delivered, or invoice is overdue, or a class, can you send me a gift card to a client?
Mhm.
I even had one of those years ago where somebody sent me through an email and then a text, oh, the CEO needs me to send him a gift card. Why in the world would the CEO be asking me for a gift card? When, first of all, most CEOs have an assistant, especially when you're talking about large companies, and they're not reaching out to me, one of their employees,
Yeah.
to give them to go spend my money. Most of the time, people are on a lower scale than their CEOs. So
Yeah.
your CEO really is going to ask you to take your hard-earned money and go buy them a gift card. So, with that being said, I really would implore everyone to, I don't care if you have a one-man team, a 10-man team, a 20-man team with your employees, make sure you guys, especially now, especially if they have company work phones or not, make them aware that any type of text that would come through asking for anybody to get a gift card from them or anybody within an organization, to verify, first of all, don't, if it's legit, if as far as if you want your, first of all, a CEO is not going to ask a lower level employee to get a gift card. But if you have an assistant that you work with tandemly as far as like running errands and things like that, it may come across different, especially if they have a corporate card. But still, have a way to verify with the person that's receiving an email. If it's an employee, pick up the phone and call whomever. I can guarantee you 99.9% it is not someone in your company asking you to do that. So be very careful. And then, Coach, speaking about gift cards, also be very careful when you're in line where you go to buy gift cards. So lots of times you're in what, CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, Safeway, not Safeway, sorry, that's the East Coast of me, Vons, and all of those different routes, any of those stores, you're at the checkout line and you're getting a gift card to give to someone. Don't always get the gift card that's on top, because a lot of times people will take that barcode information. They will actually steal the information off of that. And when you go to buy that gift card, there will be no money on it.
Yeah. I saw a video on that on YouTube 3 nights ago. And again, we're not paintbrushing any particular group, but it was an Asian guy, and he had about 100 gift cards stacked in a bag. Mm-hmm. And what he did, he went into Walgreens, and they have it on the rack, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he went into Walgreens, and he took out a big batch of the cards from the Walgreens shelf and then put his batch in there. So like you're saying right now, he probably already took those card numbers.
Yep, he sure did.
Exactly.
And he's waiting. What they do, they have the real card, so they're waiting for people to load the money on it. By the time you go to spend the card, it's no money on it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So please, guys, be aware of those gift cards. And also, there are people who call you up on the phone and say, oh, yeah, you owe this bill and you need to pay it, so just pay us through a gift card. No.
Yeah, that's not happening. The police isn't doing that. The fire department isn't doing it. Look, I don't know no bill collector that takes, or company that takes a gift card in the form of payment. They want their cash. Like, I'm just saying. Like, we bartering now. We are bartering.
Right. Yeah, and some of this is just common sense. If it seems so far-fetched that this wouldn't be happening, years and years ago, and I don't know, it probably came off of one of the dating services I was on, but you get these people like, on your Facebook page, I'm interested in you, what have you. So the picture did not match up with the conversation, right? I mean, the picture was this absolutely drop dead gorgeous guy. Mm-hmm. And this person over here said he was out in the middle, and I'm out in the middle of a ship. And
girl, that's a classic.
Right? And I'm like, ain't no way in heck you, my dear, as good looking as you are stuck on somebody's ship.
Because you so fine, you wouldn't have to work that hard. I'm just saying.
You would not have to work that hard. And it turned out that I did a reverse on the picture. And the person actually is the promoter for what's the fighter with all the money in Vegas? Not the little short guy that's always throwing his money all over the place.
Yes, I know you're talking about.
It's his promoter. It's his agent. So I came back on Facebook and said, dude, unless you living in Vegas and unless you lost all your money and whoever the fighter is, and he lost all his money, I don't think you working on a tanker.
Yeah. So
and he had to come clean.
And that goes to the whole deep fake thing. And once across, and ladies and men, because the single people out here on these websites, and I won't say the married people too, you shouldn't be on there if you are. But with that being said, these dating sites, these AI, and how they can edit and how they can pull these pictures, And I mean, I'm just saying, ladies and men, be careful with that, because there are a lot of people out here. It's the holiday season, everybody want to find somebody. But with that being said, be careful with the fraud. They're out here. And like the voices I talked about, imitating the voices, the pictures. For small businesses is dangerous because the leadership wear many hats. So think about a small business owner business versus a large company where they have different people doing different things. For small businesses, a CEO or so, we're doing multiple things. So, really be careful. We get busy. So they have something where set a no exception rule within your company. Say like a no exception verification rule. Whether it's email, phone, video, or text, they must verify it through a second channel. Like make that for all your people, hands down, it has to be verified. It's better to play it safe than not, because it's so much harder, if even possible, to recover any money with it via the FBI. You have to report it in a certain time frame. And a lot of people sometimes don't even call the FBI because they're embarrassed. And the dating scams are in the billions. So don't part with no money. Like, period. Don't get no money. Don't let people over your house. Like, I mean, it's serious, folks, and it's scary because a lot of us on this call, we're not young anymore. I mean, I doubt if it's the 30-year-olds are on here, but I'm just saying older people, as we get older, whether it's dating, whether it's our parents, there's so many ways that people can target us for scams.
Here's another one that
we can't be that you need a full life so that you won't be able to be taking advantage of that. But I'm gonna tell you, from my dating experiences, and I consider myself a dater. I've been dating for a very, very long time, and I know any man that I'm dating asks me for money, we got a problem.
Right, that right there, because I don't do money for men dating.
We don't do no giving you no money unless
we don't give no money out to. We are the prize.
Right, exactly. So
you guys wouldn't give me $1,000?
Well, Gilbert, you my buddy, man. But some man I'm dating that I just started dating, you asking me for money?
Yeah, I don't even understand how that works. But there's lonely people out here.
So here's another scam out there that I really, really, and Lisa, you probably know about this. Two of you have heard about it, but there's a scam going on right now where they're using Spectrum to say, hey, we can give you a great package for the holiday. You guys, we can give you like triple the speed in your internet and your phone service, and all you got to do is pay this amount today, and then you get the service. Do not.
Well, Spectrum, none of these providers ask you to pay anything up front. They bill you. So that right there, unless you move it into an apartment or a house and you get utilities and they run your credit and you need to do that's different. You're paying that. Yeah. But Spectrum, they don't ask you to do an upgrade. It's an upgrade. And they don't reach I've had Spectrum for 3.5 years where I'm at. It's the only choice. They do not reach out to you like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what they told me. They said, no, we don't reach out to people and try to give them packages.
Yeah. And
the IRS don't reach out to you. None of those people reach out to you. Right. First of all, they don't have the manpower to spend on the phone to call in Americans, billions, however many, 300,000 or 300 million people to call you to tell you, send you money. They don't operate like that. So, and your phone, if you don't recognize the number, don't pick that number up. Let them leave a message or whatever. Email me.
And Spectrum and Verizon, they're my partners, so they don't do that. They do not do that.
So, exactly.
Yes.
So you just gotta use common sense. Common sense is the key here, guys. Common sense.
Oh,
and slow down too.
Slow down. They get in your emails too with the Spectrum thing, because when you see the logo, you go, "Oh, it must be legit. This guy's got a Spectrum logo." But then once you check it out, it's not legit at all.
No, it's not.
So be careful, guys. Be careful.
Well, we can pick up a logo off of the internet.
I was about to say you can copy and paste the logo
Yeah.
anywhere and use Canva and create. I'm just saying.
So Lisa, do you have any other tips on any other hacks that's out there that the audience needs to be aware of?
So I just want to make sure people slow down, first of all, and really guard themselves. Oh, and ladies, I've seen this. I know this sounds old. I was literally with a friend last week and we were out just doing some running around in the streets of LA shopping. And she had a clutch. And we are in a supermarket, and you wouldn't believe where her clutch was just sitting at. And I had my crossbody
in the cart,
like in the cart where our kids were little and they sit there.
Yeah.
And she's walking away, and I'm like, girl, like, well, you are just like giving away money today in the store. Like, you are waiting. Like, I watched her do it one time. I was like, okay, and I was there to protect it. But I'm like, why are you leaving your purse? And she was so comfortable at doing it.
Yeah.
That means she does this. So I'm saying to people, and I'm going back like old school, old fashioned, in terms of where we're at. It's the holiday season. Please don't leave your purse, wallet, like sitting in a cart, walking away in home goods, ladies, because I love the good home goods. But I'm saying just in general to get something, because there are people waiting and watching for you to get your information. They have the gypsies in a parking lot. They're real. I was in Culver City. I think it was the TJ Maxx or something. And one person, they're looking at you. They even asked me for money in the store. I'm like, there is nothing in home goods that you need that's urgent. For me, that's an emergency, where I'm going to pull out my wallet, first of all, and give you some money. But be careful, not only online, but now that it's the holidays, be vigilant of people that's like right in front of you. So I say that to people that are business owners, because if they get a hold of your information, it'll affect your business. Your personal devices, please secure. Make sure you're on a secure Wi-Fi. Please do not do business transactions, banking transactions on public Wi-Fis. I'm going to say that over and over again, because everybody is on a public Wi-Fi. You're in Starbucks, you're in this place, you're in that place. And before you know it, you're checking money, you're sending money, you're Zelling, you're doing this. And that's all it takes. I call it my Swiss cheese analogy. If anybody knows me, you've heard it before. You got about 5 holes in a slice of Swiss cheese. You're doing all this moving around. That's the one way they can get access to you that you're not thinking about. Through an open network that's not secure, and it could happen to be in the streets in any major city or any place out here, and traveling as well. A lot of us are traveling. Again, with the airports, stay off. Do not do certain things on the Wi-Fi that you connect to in the airport, because we want to watch a movie or we want to do this, or we're doing some business on a tablet. Do not plug in using a USB port. Do not. Perfect example. I'm going to do this so you guys can see this device here. When I said this is in my house, I have it like multiple ports. But when you're in an airport, you see this. Don't use this. Plug directly into something that you're using the socket, because this is how they spread malware. They'll put something in here. They'll spread the malware. And when you go to plug in this little thing, is going to give all of that to be able to either get it where they spread a virus, or either they get it where they can get access and take your stuff. So that's a tip for traveling. Hotels, again, are another place. Be careful and things of that nature as we travel. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else that anybody may have a question?
Well, AP in the chat said the email address is a dead giveaway sometimes. And it's true, because if anyone has done business with Spectrum, then it's spectrum.net, not .com. Many of these guys have the .com on the email that they send you. So that right there is a giveaway. And thank you for giving us that information, AP. That's really good.
Yes, that's important to look at the email, the email
Yeah,
address, and look up in the www, the top of the browser as well.
yeah, yeah,
That's another thing to be careful
yeah,
for. And the lock symbol when you purchase out, when you go to some of these sites, if you're buying stuff online, it's a secure lock to let you know that the site is your information protected when you're checking out.
and
Exactly. And if
before
and some of
sometimes
your like my Norton's 360, Norton 360, I use a whole bunch of stuff, especially on my phone as well. It'll let you know. And if it says you go to a site and it says no, don't go there, just shut it down and don't even
Yep.
yeah,
try to push through it to do it. It is this design. And if you guys have noticed, the security is really been heightened lately. I think Samsung is doing a major this weekend. I think
Mm-hmm.
increase the add on another security pack. Here's one that I think people don't realize, because some people and this happened with my sister the other day, because she likes to hang on to things forever. I love her to death, but she likes to hang on things forever. So she came to me and she asked me, she goes, my her computer was doing something, and she says, I think you because I had asked, you picked up her computer and she would ask me to do something. I went, where's your Windows? Do you use Windows 11?
I was about to say, I literally made a note here. Anybody on this call, if you are not on Windows 11, you have left your door open for to be hacked and to get any information because it's no longer supported. And that also goes with these old phones. I know, look, people, you could go get a free phone at Walmart, you can go to free phone at Cricket, you can go get a free phone or whatever. Get an updated phone. It doesn't have to be brand new, but I know someone that's walking around here that does business with the government in these streets of LA and has old devices and old phones. And we all do business on our phones. I have my Outlook on my phone. So when you are not able to get an update, it doesn't do patches, it doesn't do all of that to protect your information. It is the holiday season. Go get a free phone somewhere. And I know if anybody needs a laptop computer updated, I know someone that can get refurbished at really good cost here locally in LA, because it's so important. You know, we have these businesses, and I know it's hard for a small business, trust me, I really do, but we have to protect the hard-earned money that we are making, and we also want to protect our clients' information as well that we're doing business with. So
Exactly. So old computers, guys, it will, and I mean, we're going back. If you're still on Windows 10, and you can, then when you go to update for Windows 11, that is, and if you're not doing the automatic updates, or at least let them notify that when they're doing that now, it's because of security. So you want to make sure outdated drivers, all
yep.
of those things are setting you up. So it's, and I know it's annoying, but it is going to be safe for you. Like you said, update your phones, because somebody out there still with a flip phone. I'm sorry, you are just like walking
Yes,
naked
yes.
down the street.
And you know what? Another thing too, like Best Buy and some of my tech guys. I mean, we're all of a certain age. We get comfortable. We're doing whatever. We've had your laptop for 10 years. Some of these stores, they won't even be able to put Windows 11. Won't even be able to deploy on it. You're going to have to get a whole new device.
Well, that's
So,
where hers is. So that was what it was so funny. She came. I had done it, and I told her about 3 weeks ago. I said, "You're gonna have to get a new computer." She didn't hear me. It went through and out. So the other day she came and she goes, "I'm sorry, I don't want to do," because she's not tech savvy. So
mhm.
like this one up above me here, she she
I'm
comes.
not so bad.
That's so bad. She comes to me and she says, um, but this says right now it's going to do an update. I said, no, it's not. What it said is it cannot do an update to Windows 11. You got to go. I said, that is a picture of you going to buy a new computer. That's what it said. Go buy. And now it told you have to go buy a new computer.
Oh my God, that is too funny. That is too
Hey,
funny.
Here's another tip, guys, I want to put out there. And a lot of people probably don't pay attention to this, but Lisa said it earlier that when you look into your browser window, if you see a website handle up there and it doesn't have the padlock before the website, the URL, then it's not safe. Also, if you don't see the HTTP, a lot of websites have HTTP, but it doesn't have the S. It has
Right.
to have HTTPS to make it safe. And I know one big public website that doesn't have the S on it, guys. So I want to steer you guys away from this. This is Edison. Edison has a platform that they call Ariba. Ariba is what they use as their database to store small business information in. And this website is supported by one of my biggest competitors out there. Okay. These guys are billion-dollar companies and they don't have the S after the HTTP. It's HTTP and that's it. So if you were trying to do business with Edison, guys, and they send you the link to their Ariba database and it doesn't have that HTTPS, do not register. I'm telling you, do not register in it because they're asking you for personal information like your tax return, your financial info, bank account info, all of that stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. And you know what, Gilbert, to add to that, so there's a couple of things I want to make sure, and I have something, it's the holiday season too to help everybody, but update your software. We talked about that, making sure you have the latest software to be able to update it. That's important. Back up your business data. Back it up. It's the end of this year. Back it up. Ransomware attacks spike this time of year for sure. When your staff is out, nobody's there, everything's sitting idle. And refresh your incident response plan so you have a plan. Have a plan for your business. No business is too small to have a plan so you know what to do if anything is going wrong. And I wouldn't just put this out there. You can contact me and Crystal and Gilbert if I can give them my information, because we do have a bundle package that will cover literally everything for a small business for $35 a month. Like email, or like everything a small business could need to protect their information. We have that. So, you guys, if you want to take my information, you can.
I put it in the chat.
Okay.
So
and that
way
we can talk. And when I literally say a part of my goal is specializing with small businesses, because I work for the big guys. I worked at Oracle. I worked in corporate America, the big tech companies. They're not trying to focus on you guys. And cybersecurity crimes are the #1 target via the FBI for small businesses. You cannot afford a $16,000 to $20,000 cost that it would cost you just to get this fixed. But with that being said, too, I'm all about preventive care. I have a healthcare background too. So, you want to go to the doctors before when you have a toothache versus when the latter, or just when you first have those pains instead of waiting to something more serious. The same thing with cyber. It's multi-siloed, folks. It's not one thing you do. It is like a BLT club sandwich, which you got the lettuce, the tomatoes, the cheese, the mayonnaise, the bread. One thing I do, I make it where real people can relate, real talk about the layers. And with that being said, you want to deter them so they go next door. I do it for a cost that's affordable because it will hurt us, and all of us work so hard to be able to get where we are in these businesses. It takes time. And one thing, and this is not to scare people, by the time you realize you've been breached, they've been in I call it your attic, your house, your closet, your spare room for 3 to 4 months, 90 to 120 days before you realize it. So I tell everybody, just think about you being in a house, living by yourself or whatever, in a room you never go in, a closet to attic, or you're, the ADU, additional dwelling unit, they're out there hacking into your stuff. You have no idea until almost 4 months later you realize it. And then it takes months also after that to recover. So for $35 a month, and the other things, you know, there's various options for people to take the protective measures to protect yourself. And you do not want to be the business owner to have to go to your clients
So,
because you were being,
that you got to tell them that all their information have been breached. And I have an even better one in the attic. This has been since the man in the White House has gotten to the White House. They let the burglar in 2016. He got to check all the everything. Then he was gone. Then he came
y'all
back.
let him back in the house.
And now he had the pathway already. He had all the passwords.
He is cleaning house.
He didn't clean house. He didn't destroy the country.
He done destroyed
You gave me all the passwords in 2016 for that little short period of time.
He is trying to lock us out from being. I'm just saying, real talk.
I mean, he heading to the treasury because he found out that that's where all the money
and you
is.
see how his name, he got his face on everything. He making everything about. I'm just saying. So mess around if you want.
That's the equivalent of a cybersecurity thief, a hacker. He didn't hack on into the system.
Hey man, I certainly want to thank you, Lisa, for being here, man. You certainly made this show a fun show and at the same time informative. So all of our listeners here today, you know, whether they're just browsing, whether they're being a ninja watcher and didn't want to let us know that they're out there, they're still obtaining that information. So we want to thank you, Lisa. And folks, just to let you know, this isn't the only time you're going to see Lisa on this podcast. She's going to be one of like a once of a month type appearance on this podcast. So she's going to share a variety of information as she goes along. I do like that $35 a month program she talks about. So you guys, her contact information is in the chat. Reach out to her via email or the phone number and talk to her some more about it. Schedule a one-on-one with her, you know, and so she can go over it. I know for sure I'm going to schedule my one-on-one with her because, you know, my platform, even though my platform is secure right now, I really do think that, you know, you can never be too sure. You know, I want TSA all around my computer system.
And it costs you nothing to check to make sure, but it costs you everything not to.
It costs you everything. I think I just had it down there. It takes them 20. It takes you 20 year to build a reputation in your business, and it takes them seconds to destroy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you want to make sure. And then we're gonna end the note here because this is my area of expertise.
Yes.
If you don't have an accounting system, we're talking business owners. We're not talking individuals. We're talking business owners. If you're not using some sort of, QuickBooks I've been using QuickBooks for almost 35 years, and I know I have never ever had it breached where any of my information or my client's information has been breached. They have like a Fort Knox kind of thing going on. So unless it's the president, nobody can get in there, but he can because they gave him all the information. But here's the deal. If you are doing your bookkeeping on a weekly basis, you will find out, you will be able to recognize something that's come through your account that shouldn't be there. And you can then reach out to your bank, and you should have a relationship with your bank so that they can contact you. I was at an event last night, and one of the branch at the branch that I go to, the young lady was there, and she wanted to introduce me to another person, and she said, "This is like a VIP client right here." She was introducing me, and she said, and I said, "Yeah." I said, "I sing the praises about you guys because I have people calling me when somebody's breaching my account, and they're like, 'Crystal, call me right back right now.'" So that's the kind of relationship you guys want with your bank, so that they call you and put on the 5-star alert that you got some problems and to shut things down, and then they help you walk through it. Because there are a lot of banks out there you can be breached, and even though you have the $250,000 guarantee on there, they still ain't gonna give you your money back. And especially if you're using these third-party apps, do not use Zelle, and I'm gonna call them out: Zelle, Venmo, Cash App to do business, guys. You can use Stripe, you can use PayPal. If you have an accounting system, which every business should, you can have a QuickBooks payment. Doesn't cost you that much. It'll definitely cost you less than somebody hacking your bank account. And also the other one that I use that I can't even remember the name of it. Wave. It also, you can do your payments through there. Now you got a backup. Now if something happens, then you can go to this company who is going to preserve their integrity because they want to preserve all their other clients. So don't be out there using something that's a third party app. That's what it is. It's a third party app with absolutely no encryption. And there is no, what is it? The FDIC.
FDIC.
There is none of that on those apps at all. I understand the convenience. Square Up is actually Cash App. So if you're gonna use it through Square. But make sure everything is secure. But for me, PayPal, because PayPal will get my money back like yesterday, and then and use Stripe or AuthorityNet. There's a number of them out there. But don't just be out there, especially during this time. I know you want to make it easy and convenient. My bank don't even take Zelle, so it's very easy for me to say no. Can't take that Zelle. They don't let me send money, and they don't let me receive money through Zelle because they don't trust it. So that in itself should tell you how secure they are if your bank doesn't take it.
Yeah.
So that guys is how we gonna end the show today.
There you go. And we should all be like merry and safe this holiday season.
Yes, we should. And so we're going to be here next week. And that's going to be our last show for the season. And then for this 2025. And then we're going to venture into 2026. I think our first shows in 26 is going to be about planning and growing and increasing and scaling and partnering and all of those things. Getting us prepared for those of us that live in Los Angeles. There's some opportunities that are going to be presenting themselves, but you have to be ready in order to be able to participate in order to get any of those opportunities. So that's where we're going to be focused next year. So we want to thank you guys for joining us, and everyone thank our guest. She just always comes with just so much information to protect you. And so Lisa, thank you for joining us again. I love having you on the show.
Let's remind them
cyber security.
Let's remind them of what's coming up next Friday, co-hosts. We're having before we let Lisa give them our summary information. Next week, Friday, guys, we're going to have another amazing guest on the show. This guy is an AI guy. He's going to be talking about how you can do AI courses online, how you can design AI courses, and how it's going to work for you. So he's going to be on next Friday. His name is Everett, and his company is SNG. So we're going to schedule that, and we'll do the advertisement. So make sure you go to YouTube and go to the search window, search for the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert, and then hit the subscription button, the subscribe button. And once you hit that, remember, guys, the subscription is free. You don't have to pay any money. We're not going to ask you for any money on this, unless it's something else. So, but we're not going to ask you for any money. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button so we can send you automatic notifications, let you know when the show is coming on. And if we have any material, like if Lisa provide us information that you guys need to have, then the notification thing will notify you and say, hey, Lisa have some great cybersecurity information for you, and you guys can go ahead and take care of that. Crystal just put up the subscription QR code, guys, so take a look at it on the screen. Crystal, you want to tell them how to get a hold of how to subscribe?
Yeah, just go over to our YouTube channel. So we stream live on YouTube, Facebook, and several Facebooks. For those of you that know me as Crystal, the co-director of Recycling Black Dollars, you can go over there, or my own personal Facebook page and the Business Zone Facebook page. LinkedIn on my personal LinkedIn account, and then of course YouTube is you can go over there and find us over there. So that's how you do it, and hit that subscribe button. And also, we're looking for guests in the coming year, 2026. So if you have some you want to share, you want to learn, you want to market your business, you want some exposure, you're thinking about starting your own podcast, so you want to see and hear how you sound, just join us, and we will have a fantastic time. It's like sitting in the living room. The only thing is missing is a glass of wine.
And some Jamaican food.
And some Jamaican food. So that's the only thing
we need to be in person for that, Gilbert. We're gonna have to get you out the house.
Yeah, get them over on the other side of LA. But we want to thank you guys for joining us. Be safe this weekend. I know everybody's going to holiday parties.
And let Lisa summarize, where they can find her and what her offerings are. Go ahead.
Okay, no problem. So we want to wish you all a happy holiday season, but let's be safe while we're doing it. Cyber safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
And with that, we're gonna let Lisa give us the sayonara. We'll see you all next week, but she's gonna give you just to summarize how important this is, because I think sometimes we don't think that it can never happen to me kind of mentality. So,
yeah, we are literally, guys, in a different world. Yesterday I was talking at my holiday tech sports and give back event. We are in AI revolution. We are in a tech revolution, and AI is the new revolution. So with that comes a lot of new cyber opportunities for the bad guys to come after, our hard-earned money. And I think taking the steps, preventive steps, will go a long way, save you a lot of money, and make your life a whole lot easier, and really be able to protect you. It doesn't have to cost a lot. So please reach out. My consult is free. The first consultation, I can do a cybersecurity evaluation, so everyone can know where they're at, their vulnerabilities, and then we can help you from there. But also, the $35 a month is a thing to really be able to help you guys, because we want to do that, and it covers a whole area, the whole complete package for your business. And I would love to have the opportunity to share more. So please reach out to me. The information is there. And I wish everyone a wonderful and happy holiday, Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.
How did they get a hold of you, Lisa?
They can get a hold of me at phone number wise, if we want to do old school, is 310-299-6608, or website www.platinumtechnologygrp.com, or my email is lisa@platinumtechnologygrp.com.
So the phone number again is 310 what?
299-6608.
And it is actually in the chat, so you guys can, if you're in the chat, is you can see the chat on YouTube, and you can see the chat on Facebook. You cannot see it on LinkedIn. So go over to those platforms, and you can pull our information off of the chat that's on the screen. And so that way you can. Izette says she loves old school.
Yeah, so do I.
I know.
And if you guys love this show, guys, I want you to go to the comment section and YouTube. Just go there where the show is, right? Because the show is being broadcast live right now. So just go where the show is, click on comment, and just give your comments. Say, Lisa was fire. She was great. She gave me information I didn't know before. Gilbert is a clown. Anything you want to put in there, okay? Just put your comments in there, guys, because those comments kind of help us with our algorithms, and other folks like yourself need to know about these types of things. So let's go there, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Okay. So we look forward to hearing that.
All right, guys, we will see you next Friday. Have a fantastic time this weekend. I got a busy weekend. Come on down. Come on back so you learn about AI. AI is not going anywhere. And actually, it's been around.
Oh, you know what? One quick thing, Chris, I just thought about as we're shopping. People, with your cards, as you go out the holiday shop, tap. If you have a debit card, don't stick it in. Use the tap versus plug in, because that's how they're able to get your information as well. So as we are out here shopping, if you can tap your card, tap it. Do not stick it in those devices to do transactions.
Oh my God, that was a good one right there, boy.
We didn't even touch on that skimming thing. You know, they put the fake card reader on the thing.
Yes. So that's why it's important to tap, because when you put it in, that's how the skimmer works with your gas, with everything. So
tap. All right, we're closing the show with tap and don't skim. Don't scan, don't skim, tap.
Yes.
All right,
absolutely.
Guys.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program and control.